Hello and welcome. This is Kristen from the Online Selling Show, and I am here today to do another segment in my taking your eBay business and making it into a professional business. And I'm not saying you have to look at it that you're going to be this huge seller making $20 million a year in sales. I'm just saying is that it needs to become something, if you want to be professional, you want to be doing it as a reliable source of income. That's the thing I'm talking about here is maybe you want to do this in a part-time capacity, but you need to make X amount of dollars per week. That is what this whole series has been talking about, the whole being professional. Maybe you've had an eBay store and it's kind of been all over the place. Maybe your sales have been declining and you're questioning, is it worth still staying? These are the topics that I'm looking at, and this will be part 4 of that series. This particular item or this particular topic that I want to talk about right now is the velocity of your money. One of the things I've learned through many years, I have a series out there talking about people who I've looked forward to reading or listening to because I found them to be a great resource in educating myself. And I'm realizing that some of these people may have given me great insight on things like my retirement income or ways to be able to put money aside on a weekly, monthly basis to have for savings or long term. And that's great. But the problem can be there if you don't have cash flow. And cash flow is so different than savings because cash flow is what you need on hand to pay that week's bills or that month's bills. And that's only going to come out of your businesses when you have velocity, and a velocity of things that you know you can count on. So what do I mean by velocity? Velocity of money is that you're buying something, let's say this week at a yard sale for $5. You post it, it's up for sale. I don't care where you put it up to, if it's Facebook Marketplace, eBay, Mercari, wherever. Maybe it's all of those items. The velocity is going to come in as to how quickly you can sell that good and how much you're getting out of it. So if you're putting this, let's say it's a Lego set up for $30, maybe just hypothetically after everything is done and said, you're going to pull out of it $20 of a profit and you bought it for $5. That means when you get paid your $20, you're going to have $5 back now to go back out and purchase other items. And most people, I feel, spend a lot of time talking about where they're spending that $5 at or what they're spending it on. But they're not spending a lot of time talking about where and how much they're taking that $5 and turning it over for. It's not going to do you a lot of good if you're taking that $5, investing in an item, and then waiting for 6 months to get it back. Because I don't think any of us have bills that get paid on a 6-month cycle. I think most of us are having bills that are getting done weekly and monthly. Maybe I'm wrong, but I know for me, I need gas every week. I need groceries every week. Some of us may actually need things daily, but weekly and monthly is pretty simplistic in all of us saying the same thing. So the other $15 out of that sale is what would be there for the cash flow of you having it available to either invest in other product or to use and take all 15 of that for your bills. And that's what I'm talking about, is that velocity. There's words and terms out there, which is the sell-through rate. There's also talking about sales ranks. These are things when you hear people talking about those terms, is they're looking at how quickly these goods are selling, how fast they're getting in, how fast they're getting out. And one of the most common things also is there's a saying out there that you make the money at the time you purchase an item, not at the time that you sell it. Meaning if you went into that same Lego set and you bought it for $15, you're now going to set yourself up for failure, because if you're only selling it for $25 and getting paid $20, you don't really make much, and you really don't have as much leverage when you now have $5 for your cash flow. You're basically throttling yourself, because if you needed to go get supplies, maybe you needed to get boxes or shipping labels, you kind of limited how much that's even going to give you for cash flow to make your bills now. You need to find, yes, the good items, and you need to know where to go to get them. Yes, that's what most people educate themselves on. But keep in mind where that cash flow is, because if you're going into this being a professional thinking person now, you need probably a certain amount, whether it's $200 a week, $200 a month, that you need for consistency to pay certain bills. That's where the third component is. And I'll be honest, it's, to me, most people looking at that number, it's not sexy, it's not fun, it's no different to me than stepping on a scale and seeing how much you still need to lose. It is something that you're going to have to make sure you do all the numbers, and a lot of us, we fall in love with the product, or we just think we need to hurry up and get something. We need to spend our money somewheres. But there will be a lot of people, if they're telling you the right advice, that will tell you that it is better to hold on to that $5 this week and have it available for purchasing next week than buying it on the wrong item, and now it may take you 6 months to get back your $5 again. So I hope this makes sense, talking about the velocity of money. I have a few other items that have come up in the past couple of months. I know I'm wearing this same shirt that I did with the first 3 parts, and it's just ironic that this is when I'm doing this now. But I do have a few other topics, so look for the remaining parts of this. But keep that in mind. The velocity is basically your paycheck. The velocity of how quickly you can turn those goods over, or how quick you're going to get paid. And I don't think many of us are going to want to go work for somebody and they tell us you're going to come into work and have to wait 6 months to get paid. That's what I mean by velocity. I hope you found something good after watching this video. I would appreciate some comments down below. I would really appreciate a thumbs up if you got anything good out of this content. And I would really appreciate if you could hit the subscribe button and help me grow this channel. I'm going to say bye for now, and I will catch you in this next one.